السلام عليكم ومرحبا بكم في فيديو جديد في هذا الريفيو ديال الدوكر ال rt200. هي الدوكر يلا خرجت لي هما ال rt200 وال rt125. غير كان انا جبرت 200 بوحده، فعملت لكم الترجمه للفيديو حيت هو بالانجليزيه. ترجم لكم في حالة ما شي واحد ما فهمش اش كيقول تما. راه المهم معلومات قيمه صراحه. راه الفيديو هذا فيه جميع المعلومات اللي خاصكم. فيديو فيه 8 دقيقه ضروري تكملوه. فيه توب سبيد، المعلومات على الكونسوماسيون، الكاريناج، التيست رايد، كلشي صراحه. الموتور شخصيا انا عجبني، نتمنى يعجبكم حتى نتوما. خاص غا يكون الثمن مزيان، خاص غا الثمن يكون مزيان.
If you're not familiar with the motorcycle world, in the past recent years, the Chinese have been making huge and significant advances in the motorcycle industry, and big brands such as Benelli, Zhongsheng and CF Moto continue to produce reliable and affordable motorcycles, and they get even better with every updated model. So there's this small company called Dayang, not to be confused with the Dayun, and they do have a variety of motorcycles. Well, I wouldn't be shocked to see them having a great impact considering how good the Dayang was. And in case you haven't noticed, over the past recent years there has been what I'd like to call motorcycle seasons. For example, for a time sport bikes were the thing, everyone had them, well, most of them did. Then came the era of the naked bikes that brought in the birth of the MT line, so that includes the MT-03, MT-07 and now MT-09 and the famous MT-10. And also we do have the likes of the KTM Duke 390, 790, 890 and 1290 Super Duke. And also we'll not mention something close to home, we do have the TNT 300, 250 and also among others. And now it's the season of the adventure motorcycles. Now these range from the Super Teneres to the TNT 502s to the KTM Duke 790 Adventure, just to name a few. And this actually is the latest hitting trend right now. Harley Davidson, who are known for having their cruiser bikes, actually came out with the Pan America just to try and fit into the demanding market right now. And the Chinese also don't want to be left out. Now the Benelli do have their TRKs, and for now the Dayang have their Dayang 200, which is a very good entry into the motorcycle adventure class. And by the way, it is very quite affordable and goes for around 230,000 Kenya shillings, which is quite affordable considering the amount of things that you're getting with the bike. Okay, so for the specs, the bike comes with a 189cc single cylinder water cooled 4-stroke engine that churns out 16 horsepower and 15.8 newton meters of torque. Not bad for a 189cc. Well, it could be better, but not bad. Okay, the bike also comes with a 6-speed gear transmission and a modern suspension, which includes upside down front shock and a real beefy rear monoshock. It bears a 13 to 14 according to which website you're looking into liter tank, and actually can give you a range of about 30 to 35 kilometers per liter, and that's like 2.3 to 2.6 liters for every 100 kilometers. Well, you also do get Cordio nylon tires with the sizes a 110 and 140 at the front and rear respectively. Just like the TRK 251, you do get pannier racks pre-installed, and also as a bonus you do get the crash bobbins already installed on the bike. And by the way, they are quite solid and very strong, so you can slash that money that you are set to buy a set and actually invest in something else, maybe tires. Now the seat is a one piece, but unlike the TNT 300, you don't actually find yourself sliding forward towards the tank, and the handlebars are set quite high and the controls are easily reachable. Finally, the bike comes with the pre-installed hazard lights, thank God, and then that actually is a plus for me. I wish more bikes did come with the hazard lights. Now the foot pegs are set low such that it feels like you're actually sitting on a chair. You could really do some serious kilometer damage with this bike actually, and I was very quite jealous. This bike's actually more capable in the touring sector than my TNT 250 does. You also get a digital dash and a claimed tire pressure sensor, and also the website also said that the bike comes with ABS. Well, I'm not quite so sure about that. When it comes to brakes, the brakes are quite good, and the windscreen actually does help a lot in diverting away the wind, and it's quite adjustable as well. Basically, it's just like a Honda NC 750X, just without the performance and other amenities. So some of you might be wondering how the bike feels to ride. First of all, it is very friendly and the power seems to kick in the mid revs, and you can actually feel the tug as it roars. Rather, when you hit that power band, you can easily attain 100 kilometers per hour in 5th gear, and the engine isn't as vibey as it may seem. However, it's still new, so those vibrations might start showing up sooner or later. Now, the overall build quality is very solid, and I do wish this bike really came out when I started out riding. It would have really made my life a lot easier and taken away a lot of the headaches. But anyway, I do digress. However, the one thing that quite impressed me the most was the suspension. Now, it did feel very well balanced in a way that even my TNT 250 didn't feel that way. I mean, especially if you went off-road a bit, it actually sucked up the bumps very well, and it was such a nice ride riding on-road and a medium off-road. Of course, it's not an entirely off-road bike, but if you do happen to find yourself in such a situation, the bike will carry itself. Now, I've said so many good things about it. How about the bad things that I did notice about the bike? First of all was the clutch. It was quite snappy and quite hard. You're not used to riding. Can quite take a toll on your fingers, but you can always get used to some of the things. The next thing was the gearing, which was quite tough, especially when gearing down. I really had to use some bit of pressure whenever I was gearing down. Well, you can't have everything good now, can you? I've already made my peace with the Chinese making replica bikes, and I won't get into that. The next thing was how low the engine was tuned. I mean, for a 200cc bike, I think it would have, if it had a bit more like 20-ish or even 19 to 18 horsepower, I think that would be actually a great range of horsepower and power that the bike could actually have. Well, compared to the Taro GP, which by the way has one more horsepower, and by the way that is also a 250cc, this actually seems like a better choice. By the way, if you haven't seen my review of the Taro GP, do check out the video in my channel. The link will be somewhere posted on the video. However, yeah, so moving on, this bike I'd say is for the traveler enthusiast who doesn't want an expensive bike, and someone who wants to get into the ADV bike category and is coming from maybe a 150cc or even a 125cc, you never know. And also a beginner rider could actually buy this bike. No doubt, I'm sure this bike they would have for the longest time. Now, the only change that I would add actually to the bike would be installing more capable tires, especially dual sport tires, and also having additional lights, map, GPS or something. And that's it. Now, this is only a fraction of what you can be able to do with the bike in terms of modding, but the rest I'll leave it up to you. Now, I really love this bike. Sure, it can't compare to the KTM Duke, nor rather the KTM 390 Adventure or even the Versys 300, but hey, it's a good entry bike, not to mention its good looks. So if you have any question or rather if you have any comment, do let me know in the comment section below. I do love reading and replying to all your comments. And also, if you liked this video so much, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and thank you so much for watching till the end. If you're interested in this bike, do actually head on over to Captain Motors. They're down out Kahawa Wendani. I get so many people ask me that question. And also thank you so much to everyone who has called, texted or WhatsApped me asking me things about bikes. Thank you so much for reaching out, and if you have any more questions, don't forget to reach out. Until next time guys, stay safe, ride safe, and I will see you in the next one.